Alright, hello race fans, this is ORC Speedy Job. I'll be your host tonight as we go through the ORC Blancpain series, run through Too Old for Forza. If you guys are interested in joining up some good league racing, Too Old for Forza definitely has a lot of good races, and as a user you can actually create your series like we have done here. So jumping into it, this is actually going to be round one, race one. There's two heats or two races each round. We're at Monza to start things off. And we're actually going to jump on board here as soon as the black screen goes away. I believe I qualified in fourth position. Yep, I qualified in fourth position. So we're actually going to start at the back, in the back straight. I think there's a bridge or an overhang that we're going to judge and start doing that. So let's look at the front of the grid here really quick. We have Master Big Chief in first position. That guy racing in second position, and then oh, I'm sorry, I qualified in third, and then ORC Black Ghost in fourth, ORC Comet in fifth, ORC Severius in sixth, Unknown Hitman in seventh, Coal Tires in eighth, ORC Yankees Fan in ninth, Chuckles 1989 in 10th, and Mr. Grimp in 11th place with Inca Bodapan in 12th. And Jamil 918 in 13th, GTR Merganator in 14th, and Dinosaur 61 in 15th. So that rounds out the grid there. You can see we have a BMW starting things off here. We'll jump on board with myself again. Let's see, I think I'll keep it on this this view for now. But I'm just going to go through and tell you kind of my thoughts as we race, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and the positions you're going to see me put myself in and why. So you can see here we're slowing down the field, we're forming up. I am in the 2014 Jaguar. It's a pretty nice car. It's all around, a good all-around car. It's probably the most stable, I think, for everything, to be honest with you. I just haven't driven it, so I thought I'd drive something different. I've been driving the BMW M6 a lot recently in tour events and in other stuff, so I wanted to jump out of something else. So the Jaguar here is a substitute for the Lexus, which, oh man, I would love to have the Lexus. I wish that IMSA partnership with Forza would have worked out a little bit better, or like everybody thought. But here you go, guys. We're about to go racing. We're going to start this Xbox One bridge right here. As the pulsator there, Master Big Chief hammers it down. You see the field is away. I keep alongside here of that guy racing and move briefly into second position, but he hangs around the outside. I make sure to give him enough room. And that Ferrari is extremely fast in a straight line. You can see the other Ferrari there, Black Ghost, behind. And that's the purple and green car of ORC Comet, my teammate. So you can see here, I just kind of make, I'm not going for a move, I just want him to see, and I want to see the braking line, actually, so I don't miss something and plow into the back of him. So he could go defensive if he wanted to, but I think he knew that guy right there in the his name is that guy, by the way, that guy racing in position 2 there in the Ferrari, knew that I was too far back to do anything. See, I'm showing my nose on the outside right here. Again, I'm not really thinking about going for a move here because I know I'm not real far ahead. You can see a nice lock up there. And actually, I go side by side. And actually, he gives me lots of space. So that guy racing, one of the better drivers in our series, and really talented. And we race very well together. Enough space is given. So you can see I briefly go up into second place here. Or briefly, I am up into second place. And run a little wide right there. So I lose a little bit of momentum. He's allowed to come back here, kind of go along as he... there's no slipstream in Forza, although some people swear by it, but there's really not. I make sure to give him the space here, and he actually kind of hits me right there on the exit, not intentionally, but just runs a little wide coming over that, and I have to concede the place again. So I was right, briefly, into second for a couple of corners. You can see I've got ORC Comet now in close attention in the Audi. That Audi's really, really good too. And ORC Comet as well, a really good driver. I believe this is when I make a huge mistake, by the way, guys. It's teaser, it's coming up. I felt really bad because my teammate back there, ORC Comet, did nothing wrong and his race was completely ruined. You can see him really close. You can see That guy racing takes a defensive line and comes in bay, and then I think it's right here, or maybe it's the next lap. Yeah, it's right here. I accidentally, I was looking back and looking forward, and I just got totally unsighted, and it was my mistake only. I hit the brakes too early, and Comet had nowhere to go. He plowed into the back of me. I got a little bit of damage, you can see the left headlight there, but he came off worse and really jacked up his car. So I felt really bad for Comet. I tried to give the place back at the end of the race under adjudication and everything for my mistake. It was nothing intentional. It obviously hurt both of us a ton, running third and fourth, and now I'm back into third to last place, and he's in last place with a ton of damage, trying to limp the car home. So you can see him there in the background struggling to get there. So yeah, it was not very fun, and I don't usually make huge mistakes like that, so this video is good for you guys to see. You know, everybody makes mistakes, and I was focused on too many things at one time. I forgot my braking zone and thought I was past it when I actually wasn't. I was too early. So I broke too early, and yeah, Comet plowed into me. So you see here, I'm going to continue on. The car is damaged, but not too much. Like I said, Ghost Comet, or Comet, came off way worse than that. So we're going to continue on the back straight here. You can see, so now I'm in 13th place, just trying to figure out how I'm going to change things, or is my strategy going to change? Am I going to have to pit right now? The car felt okay. Didn't feel 100%, but I felt like I would lose way too much time going to the pit right now. And in theory, the drivers in front of me are 1 to 2 to 3 seconds slower, I think, depending on the driver. So I figured I would stay out and try to just hit my normal pit cycle and pit routine. We do have one mandatory pit in this race, and I wish you could see the laps. But you have to pit basically, we've got one warm-up lap, or half a lap as you saw, and one cool-down lap, so for data collection and stuff. So you actually can't pit until lap 3, until you go in the pits, it says lap 3. So that way you can have one racing lap, and then the pit lane closes 2 laps before the final lap. So you get one more racing lap. You can see I get really close. I think that is Jamil. Yep, Jamil 918 in the Nismo GTR. Strong car, very good handling car, but it lacks the top end. So you see I passed him on the inside there. I have the Lesmos. I went to Lesmo 2. We're coming up on, who is that? That is Ink Botopon. I think that's how you say his name. He's in the Ferrari. Oh, we got another driver too. Who is that? That was, I think it was Mergenator. Yeah, GTR Mergenator. I think he just went wide right there. Actually, I didn't mean to go over to him. So you can see I've made up a couple places within this lap. So now I'm pressuring Ink right here as we go side by side. So that was actually pretty good driving for both of us. Really close driving, but he stays ahead in that Ferrari. I think he had a better line. So coming into Parabolica here, I take a real nice tight inside line, let him have the outside, and he just runs a little bit wider, but hangs around the outside. That Ferrari is really balanced. It's just, and it has tons of top end on it. I'm really surprised on the top end of that car. But I do have better acceleration, so that's the saving grace, I guess, of the Jaguar, or Jaguar, however you want to say it. So I throw it up the inside right here into the first chicane, and Ink gives me enough room. Make sure to leave him room on the exit there. Compromise my exit a little bit, but I think it's important to give him the room. He was still there in close contention. He could have kind of charted up. Ooh, as he goes off in the background there. I think he just lost a little bit of concentration, and he's off in the sand. All right, so now we're up to 10th place. So, you know, considering, you know, the second lap, or the first racing lap, you know, not too bad. Considering I was back down to 13th and moved up to 10th now. I believe I planned for around a half of the race pit stop to do my pit. Again, Forza 7 does not have a good tire model, does not have really a good fuel model or anything like that. I mean, you can run these tires till they're almost, I think 70% is pretty average, where you can 70% wear. I guess that's normal. I guess you could still run a good race tire up to 70%, and not see a huge drop in speed. You can see, who am I coming up on here? I'm coming up on Cole tires, and actually he makes a mistake. We got to look at this livery real quick. Oh wait, that's game camera. Where is he at? Oh, where'd Chuckles come from? Oh, he's in front. Okay, Cold Tires has interesting liveries all the time. So this year he did the Daisy Sour Cream. So there you can kind of see it right there. So look forward to see your liveries. Oh, a little Spider-Man in front. All right, jump on board with me again. We're coming up on Chuckles 1989 and the other Nismo GTR. And he's quite a bit up there. Okay, I just wanted to check and see. Let's see if we can get not that. Okay, I want to see on damage. So engine is 1.7 damage, 75% fuel, 17 or 18% tire wear on the front, and about 14% in the rear. So like I said, I got off really easy on that damage, so that was good. Oops, I don't want to take a picture. Wrong button. There you go. There's the Jag. Let's go back to play. What do I want to do? I want to see the nothing. All right, we'll just keep it here. I'm going to switch to game camera in a little bit, or in-game cam. So. All right, so we're up to 8th place here. I did see if there was a couple people pitting, but taking the Lesmos nice and tight, running over that curb. It actually rotates the car a little bit. But you do have to hit it pretty good. See, there's the rear damage right there. And coming into a little bit over the curb there. And coming on the back straight here. So now you can see Chuckles is just passing the second bridge right there. I can see him; he's pretty close. I should be able to catch him with the straight line speed advantage that I do have. I think they're rated the same as 6.6 on the speed scale, but the Jag I think gets up to acceleration a lot better, and the turbo lag on that Nismo is severe. It's really severe. So he suffers a lot from low speed corners, which there aren't too many here, except for the chicanes. So I should be able to jump on them there, and this chicane and the next chicane. The Lesmos aren't too bad. They're kind of a mid corner, kind of fast right-handers, so they're not too bad. You can see Cold Tires there. I'm losing him a little bit. I'm coming kind of this big sweeper right here. Let's see if I make up any ground here on Chuckles in that orange GTR. Oh, somebody's on the wall right there. A Ferrari. That was interesting. Was that? Who was that? Okay, we may have to go backwards. Let's go backwards here. Let's see who that was. I took a lot of curb right there. I'm gonna pause it and then we'll jump on and see. I mean, he's stuffed right in. You can see it right there. Okay. Okay. That's not Chuckles. Who is that? Is that Inca Bodopan? Bodpan? Let's see. Let's go to. Yeah, he's just sitting in the wall. That's interesting. I didn't notice that during the race. I don't think. He's just sitting there. Maybe lost connection, batteries, something. All right, let's go back. Okay, so we've got Chuckles still, and then we've got Mr. Grimp in the other Jaguar in front of that. So let's go back on board with this. Sorry, Ink. You're stuck in the wall there. You see everybody flying through nicely. It doesn't look like he's moving yet from that view. Ugh, I actually glanced the wall right there, taking too much curb. Didn't hurt me too much though. Coming to Lesmo 1. Take a lot of curb there. Lesmo 2. Oh, that was Lesmo 2, sorry. Lesmo 2, take a lot of curb. Like I said, that curb is really nice. It rotates your car pretty good. Just braking, you'll see this bridge and you'll see this access road to the right. Just braking on that, you can see right there. And then turning in, getting nice on the curb. You can use a lot of curb right there if you want, but you have to stay on the curb. Otherwise it does throw you. And coming faster. Now you can see I've caught up massively on Chuckles, so I think he made a mistake through that last chicane there. I can't remember the last chicane's name. For the life of me, I can't remember what it is. Okay. You can see I'm going to line him up on the inside here, show my nose. He's going to stay ahead of me though. He had at least a couple car lengths, so I should be able to get him coming out of the next chicane, or next 2 chicanes into the Lesmos. I should have him by then, I think. We'll see. Across the line here, start another lap. You can see I feint him just a little bit, show him the inside, kind of show that I'm there. Again, it's kind of a dummy move to see if they'll go defensive. I'm really far back, but you can see I close up under brakes massively. So I get a nice run out of there, and we're actually going to try to sneak up on the right side around the sweeper. He gives us the space and the power of that, the acceleration of the Jag. Now he tucks in behind me. Let's see if he goes for a move right here. He does. He shows his nose. Let's see what he does. Okay, we were both together. Ink bottom pond is still there. Too wide through that first chicane. It was good, Chuckles. That was better, not hitting the wall that time. Alright. You can let off the apex there, but that's okay. Run it out. The sand's right there, so it's really tricky. You can hit all the green and you don't lose anything, AstroTurf. But if you hit that sand, it really slows you down a lot, because this is obviously one of the longest straights. You need that extra speed. Alright, so we've managed to get up to 5th place now, and we've got ORC Yankees fans, so it looks like we've got some pit callers, and we're jumping up a little bit. So to go from 3rd to 13th out of 15, and then now back up to 5th is not a bad run, and consolidating, you know, those positions. Obviously, if I qualified 3rd, I'm fairly faster than most of the field. So now it's just making the best of what I can and finishing where I can. You can see here coming to the pits. So we're going to change our tires, get fueled up. Not that it makes a huge difference in this race. The races are about 30 minutes. I wish you could see pit stops and, you know, the guys doing stuff and pit stop animation. It would be cool. And have a pit lane speed limiter and all that stuff would be great, but that's okay. Forza 8, you better get it right. I'm just saying now. There's lots of other racing games people can play now. I do enjoy Forza 7, don't get me wrong, but there's stuff that's broken here, and always has been, and maybe always will be, I don't know. But I feel like this is a big year for Forza 7. Or Forza 8, the next iteration of Forza, because GT Sport is threatening with a lot of their esports stuff and did a great job with their kind of race stuff. And Project Cars 2 was strong. Obviously the simulators, Assetto Corsa Competizione, you've got iRacing, you've got Race Room, Automobilista, or Automobilista, I think it's called. I've never played those. I haven't played any Sims games yet, but I do have a steering wheel, the G920, but I am playing on controller here because Forza 7 was made for controller. I've said this many times. So I'm going to get the medium that I can be fastest at. So here we are coming up to, okay, now we're back into 12th place, and we're coming up to our fellow Jaguar, Mr. Grimp, a driver that I've known for lots of years, and actually got him to run this series again. I believe we used to run a ton of series back in the day in Forza 4, so I haven't seen him in a while, and I think this is his first series he's run in Forza 7. So welcome, Mr. Grimp. Thanks for coming on. So you can see I put a little bit of pressure on him here. Coming through the final chicane on the back straight and coming into the Parabolica. This is important, obviously, for the speed to get that right. If you dip two tires as well on the exit of that last part of the chicane in the sand, you'll lose a ton of ground, a ton of miles per hour for this. All right, so he's gonna be able to stay in front. He had a different tune, and I think he tuned his gears a little bit towards speed, whereas mine was a little more acceleration based. On this, at least his final was. But you can see we're hanging together. We're really close. I'm going to show him the nose. We're close enough. And I want to see the braking line again, and I don't want to make the same mistake I did with the ORC Comet. But you can see actually Mr. Grimp ran it a little bit too wide, so I'm able to, nice sparks there. So I'm able to sneak it up on the inside, but he's not giving up, and gives me a little love tap there to say hello. You can see we're coming too wide around the sweeper. We're coming into the chicane. He's got the inside, and he's well ahead. So I just back out of this move and let him go through, hoping that he was going to run wide. He did a good job, parked in the apex, and I couldn't get past him right there, so that's okay. We're going to stay behind him here. We're going to see where he is weak and where I'm strong, and vice versa. So you can see I get a good drive out of the first Lesmo into the second one. Hook it up for a little bit tighter apex, and I got a pretty good run on him. You can see I'm going to go side by side right here on the back straight, and he's going to give me some room and some space. Looking for that brake zone right about here on the Audi bridge. See, we're both hard on the binders. I had to cut a little bit. I didn't want to run into him. And you can see I eventually come out there on top. That's hard to go too wide through the chicanes and keep the speed. But we did a good job there of both, light touches, but nothing major. All right, coming to Parabolica. So now I'm in 10th now. Must add another pit collar somewhere in there. Again, Forza, here's another suggestion too on replays. Show the laps. It's pretty easy. But because you can't tell, I don't know when the race is going to end right now. I'm not counting the laps. I'm more interested in the action. You can see we get past Chuckles right there. Both of us do. So Chuckles coming out of the pit. And Mr. Grimp and the Jaguar again right behind me. A little bit of tire smoke there for Mr. Grimp. And Chuckles falls in right behind him there. So now I'm in 8th place. I jumped a couple people in pits. So we should have probably a couple laps left here. We've got Unknown Hitman in front of us and ORC Yankees fan in 6th place. So let's see what we can do to get close to them. That must be a glitch, because I can't imagine that Ink Bodapon would have just sat there the whole race. That's got to be a glitch. Ink, if you watch this, let me know. All right, coming into the Lesmos here. A lot of curb perfect. Good exit right there, carrying a lot of speed. And you can see I've opened up a pretty good gap between myself and Mr. Grimp. Looks like the other guys are right in front of us there, but probably a good couple seconds off. So it's really important to face forward now, really kind of mitigate those mistakes, trying to make any, and get good runs on them. It looks like I'm catching them. Can't tell how fast because there's no relative time running a gap, but again, it's okay. I'm coming to Parabolica again, a little light, slight lockup, nothing major. I like to hug that line and kind of shorten the track. You'll see me do that whereas you see a lot of guys float out to the outside. If I can travel, even if it's 10 feet shorter on this track, that's 10 feet that I'm going less, that somebody else is going more. So I try to hug that inside line of Parabolica. Unless somebody's there, obviously, then I can't do that. But now here we go, coming into the first chicane. Nice and smooth through there. And coming around this fast sweeping right. Full power, obviously. We're not letting off the gas here. Let's see. Where's my telemetry at? I can see we're getting up to 162 or 3 it looked like. All the way down. First couple gears, then second gear here. 65 through there. Back up to 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, almost 130. 80 miles an hour in third gear. Let's see how we take the Lesmo here. Okay, down 2 gears, 80 miles an hour basically, 79 through the Lesmos. This will give you a good idea of kind of my throttle inputs, how I'm doing my brakes, you know, how much pressure I'm using, that kind of thing. And I do run, just so you guys know if you're interested in the setup, I do run 100% brake pressure on the triggers, so for the brakes and everything. I don't like dead zones, so dead zones are 0. Let's see. All right, like 60% brake going into there, okay. And mitigating the throttle there, you can see not full throttle all the way through. There's like a red line, or a red mark on the wall on the right side that I look for to go full. Let's see what else we got. We got friction, suspension, tires, the heat. Alright, tires here at 24% and 18%, nothing to worry about at all. 68% in fuel. And you can see, like I said, it really doesn't matter as much because in Forza, when I lose fuel, it doesn't make my car faster. It's only when your tire wear really gets like over 70% is when you start losing, you know, time. So before then, the car acts almost exactly the same all the time. Alright, so here we're jumped up in 7th place, so again we must have passed him in the pits. We've got Unknown Hitman. Wait, why did that just pause like that? Interesting, do you guys see that? Alright, we got corrupted data. Awesome. Look at this, this is great. Alright, so again, we can make a whole video of Forza fails. I mean, everything seems to break in this game. And this game has been out for 2 years, guys. And this is one of the sticking points I really want to point out to everybody. Now, it seems like the way the games are made nowadays, that one of the biggest things they do is they just try to hit a deadline to when they need to put it out, right? So they need to either time it with a console or they need to time it with a holiday season. So things are broken from day one, and that's why you get day one patches, which I never understood. And maybe I'm old school, maybe I'm used to the idea that when you made a game, you didn't put it out until it was ready, and you didn't want to piss off your customers. I mean, again, we talked about it before briefly, there's so many more options out there, and arguably better race options. I mean, this game I think has the best graphics. I think it has the best controller feel for a race game. Like I do like the way the controller feels, and I'll tell you the reason I play it the most is because I really got hooked when Forza 1, 2, 3, all the way to 4, you know, came out, and we were started racing leagues in Forza 4, and started, you know, really doing all that stuff. Because at the time, it seemed like Gran Turismo had taken a step back and was going the opposite way. They claim to be a real driving simulator, which they're not even close to that, to be honest with you, until recently with GT Sport. But again, I'll go to that in another topic, but I'm rambling now since we can't see the rest of the race. So let's see if we can... let's try skipping forward. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's broken. Okay, so I'll tell you what happened, because I do have the standings and I know what happened. So I was able to get back up to 5th place and consolidate it at least that far. Great, considering that the big mishap that I had in the 2nd or 3rd lap, right? So I guess that'll be that. So I'm going to get you the rest of the series too. If you guys are interested in joining, this is a great series. It's run for Too Old for Forza. So go to the website and you can look up all the stuff that they're doing and races that you can join. And we're running the ORC Blancpain series. We've got a couple more rounds left. I'm uploading this a little bit later, a couple weeks you know, after the races. A lot of good drivers, a lot of respects. We do adjudicate everything, and if there's a steward or SI inquiry, then we will look at that, either deem it a racing incident or deem it something that deserves a warning, or if it's severe enough, something that deserves points taken away or positions lost, you know, due to some huge mistake you made. So there is, it's not just free for all, which is good. So it's not like a lobby race, was what I'm saying. League racing is where it's at. So if you guys want some good, clean, fast racing with drivers that are of the like mind, come and do some league racing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this out, but look forward to the next Blancpain race, round 2, or no, round 1, race 2, and then I'll be uploading the other ones. Look forward to seeing you guys then. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you guys want to see more content. Let me know what you guys are interested in. I've done a couple Project Cars 2 videos now, which are getting some good traction, and I will be uploading some GT Sport videos coming up soon, so be on the lookout for those. Thanks for joining us, guys, and have a good night, and we'll see you at the next race.